What happens when personal interests outweigh the party's interest in politics? This question is not just another hypothetical conundrum, it is a query that delves deep into the heart of political dynamics, a question that is as real as the ground we stand on. It is a circumstance that emerges when the personal aspirations of political figures take precedence over the welfare of the party they represent. Let's take a detour to the world of political chess, a realm where strategies are meticulously crafted, alliances forged, and power plays executed. The latest pawn to move in this high-stakes game was none other than the Forum for Democratic Change, or FDC, during its National Delegates Conference. It's as if the chessboard was suddenly engrossed in a storm of controversy, with each piece vying for its survival. The court had to intervene not as a casual observer, but as an impartial adjudicator to settle a dispute that seemed more about personal whims and fancies than the party's overall welfare. It was a scenario where the rule of law was pitted against the egoistic aspirations of political leaders. The court was thrust the limelight, making a decision that would shape the party's future. FDC's national chairperson, Wasswa Biriggwa, the man at the helm of the party, along with 27 others, found themselves embroiled in this controversy. They sought to block the conference, a manoeuvre that was seen as a desperate attempt to cling on to their positions. It was a power play, a chess move aimed at maintaining their stronghold within the party. Their concern was not about policy shifts or the party's direction. It was about the fear of losing their positions, their power. It was a classic case of personal aspirations taking precedence over the party's welfare. It was a gambit that could either bolster their power or lead to their downfall. However, the judiciary proved its mettle. The court saw through their smokescreen, ruling that the applicants were not fighting for the party's interest. It became apparent that their fight was more about their own interests. It was a verdict sent ripples through the political landscape, making it clear that personal interest should never override the party's welfare. Imagine the repercussions. If they had, it would have set a dangerous precedent, one where individual aspirations could potentially supersede the party's integrity. Had the chairperson of the FDC Electoral Commission been blocked, it could have had dire consequences for the party. It could have stripped the party of its democratic core, possibly leading to its disintegration. The court's verdict in this case serves as a powerful reminder to all in the political arena. It underscores that in politics, the party's welfare must always come first. The verdict resonates with the fundamental principle that power should never be used to serve personal interests, but should always be employed for the welfare of the party. It's a lesson for all political parties and their leaders. It's a reminder that fear of losing power should never cloud the vision of serving the party's interest. This fear should not be allowed to morph into actions that could harm the party's integrity and its standing among its members and the public. So we're left with a question to ponder. Can a party truly flourish if its leaders prioritize personal interests over the party's welfare? This question echoes in the corridors of power, acting as a constant reminder to all political leaders that the party's welfare should always be their primary concern. The verdict in this case serves as a beacon, illuminating the path that leads not to personal glory, but to the prosperity of the party as a whole. What is the real cost of a power struggle within a political party? A question that has been echoing in the corridors of political discourse for centuries. Power struggles within the political landscape are not a new phenomenon. They have the crux of Greek tragedies and the doom of Roman senators. They have pervaded the hallways of European monarchies and steered the winds of change during the American Revolution. They have brought down mighty empires, and they have also given birth to new nations. The recent court ruling that allowed the Forum for Democratic Change's National Delegates Conference to proceed solidifies the weight of this question in the present climate. This ruling, which might seem like a beacon of victory at first glance, comes along with an avalanche of possible consequences. What seems like a relatively straightforward decision is in reality a complex web of implications, much like the Gordian knot of Greek mythology. In this particular case, the conference was initially contested by the party's chairperson, along with 27 others. The reasons for their contestation